Hey everyone, and good evening. It's Brian from Bear Traders here, Sunday, April 4th. I hope everyone's had a good long weekend, enjoyed that extra day Friday off, and we should be ready to get back to it on Monday. Markets will be open. And Friday we had that big jobs number that came out. Whisper, I think the whisper number was about a million. General consensus was only around 650, I think, but we came in close to that million number there. So I think the futures reacted to it fairly well. And as things look right now, take a look at the pre-market, the futures. We're showing about a 200-point opening on the Dow, 20-point opening on S&P. NASDAQ looks good. All the indexes look good. Right now we've got oil trading down a little bit. Silver's up. We'll talk a little bit about silver. And yeah, so things are looking like we're going to have a continuation move next week to the upside, at least starting out that way. And yeah, I really liked last week, really liked the Qs and the small caps for a comeback, rotation back into money back into those indexes, and that's kind of what we saw. So I think we're going to get a continuation move along those lines. So let's see how things worked out this last week. You saw the TLT. Obviously, yields on the bonds, especially the longer term, the 10 and 20-year bonds, 7-year bonds, treasuries, that was the big concern because we've had a bit of a surge in yields, but it looks like we're backing off a little bit. Certainly the pre-market right now looks like we're continuing to back off a bit more and put in a higher low on the bond prices, treasury prices. So looks like we might be going higher. Let's see if we can break out here and really break out of this downtrend. So that'll certainly be good news for Qs if you're long the QQQ, the NASDAQ, and the small caps. Let's take a look at those yields. You can see here we're getting a bit of a pullback here after getting up over 1.7%. And we're definitely overbought on these things. It does look like we're going to get a bit of a pullback here. Okay, so let's start by looking at some of the indexes. Always like to start by looking at the transports, and the transports had a pretty good day Friday. You can see here we closed pretty close to all-time high. Closed all-time high, not a all-time high, because I think we got a little bit higher on Wednesday. But again, transports still look strong. They look pretty extended from their moving averages, and volume was not great, but then again, that was only a 4-day trading session, not 5. And again, transports on the weekly basis pushing out to a new all-time high, up about 1% here. Again, pretty extended. RSI getting really extended here up into overbought territory. And I don't know how much longer we can continue up here without a little bit of consolidation or pullback. The Dow, again, had not a bad day Friday, up 0.5%. Or Thursday, I should say. I'll be saying Thursday, not Friday, because Friday was a holiday, obviously. On the weekly, bit of an indecision candle on the weekly here. Again, volume light, but again, it was only a 4-day trading week. We're maybe putting in a bit of a higher low here on the stochastics. And it's possible, again, like I'm talking about, we may start to see a bit of a pullback on the Dow as some money rotates out of that. We've had a really good run on the Dow, so money could be rotating out of that and back into this index, which is the Qs. And again, here you can see had a really good day Thursday and Friday, pretty much what I predicted last week. On the daily, we're up quite a bit. I think we're going to get a continuation move up. This will definitely be, 335 will definitely be an area where we will have some resistance, no question there. We'll probably see some resistance around 330 as we try to fill this gap here. Volume was pretty good on last week, or on a daily basis, I should say. RSI strengthening. Stochastics turning up, so this looks like a pretty good bet for a move higher. Again, here we've got on the week, you can see here we're up over 2.7% on the week. Really good move on the Qs. Again, the only thing I would say is even if with a 4-day trading week, this volume was pretty light. We are coming off a bottom here. Stochastics always like this indicator of an oversold condition here. So things are starting to turn back up again on all the indicators, making it look pretty good. The SPY, again, pushing out to an all-time high here, got over 400 on the SPY on a daily, on a weekly basis. Again, pretty darn good week, 1.17% increase on the week. Again, all-time high here, pretty close to, went out pretty close to the all-time high as well, which is always a bullish sign. We are still pretty overbought here on those stochastics, but RSI not so much. And the IWM, the small caps, you can see here, again, we had a really good day, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, moving back up. RSI is putting a higher low, and then we're moving up through 50. Again, we're coming off a really oversold condition on the stochastics, starting to move up through that 50 level. So this index looks really good for a continuation move higher next week as well. And on a weekly basis, up 1.4%. Again, holding this 20 moving average here, still in an uptrend, even though we did have a bit of backing and filling here, probably going to move higher. The dollar really pulled back the last couple days, Wednesday and Thursday. You can see here, came back to this 200-day. The dollar, I think, is down a little bit right now. We'll see if this is just a pullback or if we are going to get a continuation move lower. This, of course, depending on which way the dollar is going to go, is going to affect commodity prices and the price of the emerging market stocks. So, and you can see here Bitcoin. I was just looking at that a little earlier today too on some other sites, and it looks like Bitcoin's actually going to start to break out above this 60,000. Got a higher low here, and I think we're just setting up here to break out again through this 60,000 level on Bitcoin if you're a holder. So let's take a look quickly at some stocks I'm going to be watching next week. There's some interesting price action on some of the car companies, the electric vehicle companies, and we'll take a look at that and just compare them to the price action we saw on the Qs. So starting out with AI, this was something that we were watching in the room. One of the other moderators, Jared, I believe, has a position in this as well. Put in a nice little double bottom here, one bottom, two bottoms, and now we came back up. Bit of an indecision day on Thursday, I should say. Might be good to catch this one on a little bit of a pullback. It does start to looking like it's starting to turn up here. Stochastics, RSI, all looking like it might make a move higher here. Copper. I was looking at copper here tonight as well. It's starting to break out by the looks of it. This is an ETF, COPX on copper. Again, it's starting to look good on the RSI. The stochastics getting above 50 here. MACD turning up. So I think copper, again, good infrastructure play, and I think it has some legs here. So there's other ways to play copper. You can play it through Freeport, FCX. That's just a pure play on copper there. I'm still looking at Discovery. I mean, it was really beaten up with this Archego blow up. It does look like it's holding the 40 level. It might start to come back up here now that the volume is dropping off. Sellers are kind of drying up here, so maybe we've got to put in a bottom here. Possibility for a move higher if we can get over 45. It looks like it might be good for a run back up to maybe one of this moving average here around sort of 51, 50 area. So keeping an eye on that one. Let's take a look. What else we got here? EEX. I like this one. It's a little bit of a lower price stock, but it looks like it has had a nice run, and now it looks like it's pulled back to prior areas of support and resistance. Here's one resistance level. Here's where we broke out and got some support, and now it looks like it's back here and it's maybe holding support again here. So 550 could be the stop out, and look for a move higher, at least up to maybe we get up to 620, and then maybe try to challenge that all-time high RSI turning up. Volume's been pretty good here on this trend reversal, and we've got a stochastics that are really oversold, but starting to turn up here. Always like to see this kind of a reversing pattern on stochastics. So looking at that one. This is one as I wanted to talk about. Fuel Cell, NEO, Lee, all these stocks. Keep in mind that the Nasdaq up really pretty strong on the day, but we had all these stocks profit taking. You can see here we opened up higher and ended up down on the day on Fuel Cell. Interesting price action. I'm not really sure what to make of it, other than I did notice that pretty much all of them were like that. You can see NEO did finish up on the day, but well off the high. Here's a hollow fill candle here. So this is where it opened up in this 4150 area, and it went out at 3960-ish. So again, not great price action on NEO. So yeah, watch out for these EV stocks. Let's before we move on, let's take a look at Tesla, because I think Tesla made the same type of move here. Yeah, you can see that. Again, a pretty grim day on Tesla if you were buying at the open and hoping it was going to go through 700, because again it was pretty strong pullback after opening up. This is not the kind of price action that bulls want to see. So let's just get back here, get back on track. But I just wanted to point that out, that pretty much all the EV stocks sort of did the same thing. Again, here's NNOX. I just saw came up on scan. It got an FDA approval just on the weekend or on Friday, so it could be popping up here. It does look like it's trying to put in a bit of a bottom here at the 3750 range. So we may get a pop back up to, well, hopefully we can even get up to 50 maybe. So I'll be watching that at the open on Monday. PLTR, again, the same kind of price action that we saw with a lot of the EV stocks, alternative energy stocks, pop up, but then fail and actually went red on the day. So again, PLTR still in the doghouse, really, along with some of the other sort of high flyers that people were invested in, like CCIV, dog's breakfast there. And again, here, plug, same story, NEO, Tesla, Fuel Cell, all opened up higher and closed lower on the day, despite the fact that the Qs were up. And again, the TAN, I was looking at this one, but again, opened up higher and then sold off. So just be wary of these. The price action is not great on them right now. You don't like to see a stock close lower on a strong up day. So yen, I'll be watching. I'm watching this one here. I'm thinking maybe we're going to get some maybe some support here on yen. I haven't taken a position on it yet, but I'm sort of still keeping an eye on it to see if we can start to move higher off some of these lows. And that's about it for now. So in a nutshell, let's just watch for how things transpire on Monday. Again, I'm looking for a little bit more strength, particularly in the Qs and the NASDAQ and the IWM small caps. Maybe a bit of a pause here on the Dow, and SPY just continues to look strong here as well. So just watch for those continuation moves on those indexes. Again, this is my book on Amazon, How to Swing Trade, if you haven't checked it out. And yeah, like I said, I hope everyone had a great weekend. We will be starting our pre-market show as usual, 8 o'clock, live on YouTube as well. And you can check Jared, Engineering the Markets, do a little bit of a preamble to how things are shaping up this week. And then Norman Carlos will be taking us through the pre-market show, looking at things that are moving and shaking. And of course, then we'll be trading the market open at 9:30. Hopefully you can join us all there. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, whatever's left of it, everybody. And we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye for now.